Tonight's broadcast is about to begin. Thank you for joining us on Cedar Creek Media.
This is J.D. Bird. You are listening to Maybank Sports here on Cedar Creek Media.
It's showtime!
And we're into it and right into the action, JD. As you folks at home are seeing, we don't have any any video today, so we're going audio only. So we're coming in right at the start of the game. Cedar Creek Media, Taylor Honey.
J.D. Bird.
And here to take you with it, Mr. J.D. Bird.
As Lindale, I'm going to start out with it on the opening tip. Heading off the offense, it'll be number 1, Kennedy Miller, dribbling around with it up top of the key, passes it over. Now 3-point attempt coming. Just off the mark there. Number 2, Elise Pierce with the shot, rebounded by Searcy. Searcy ahead to Smith. Smith going to go all the way inside. Try for a shot, not quite there on that one. Rebounded now by Cortland Pierce of Lindale as they go the other direction. And it'll now be Madison Devonshire with it up top. She gets it over. And wild pass right there from Pierce. Sends it out of bounds, so Maybank will take it the other direction.
Yeah, so JD, as we were talking about there at the beginning, Lindale, we're respecting their wishes, appreciate them letting us come in and cover the game, but no video tonight. So it's going to be audio only for both the boys and the girls games tonight, but don't worry, we got a lot of good stuff in store for you.
As Searcy was bringing it down, had it stolen away from her right there. Number 23, Michaelin Smith with the steal. So Lindale back on offense. Nice move inside right there. Number 24, Ella Hutchins, going to be the first one to get points up on the board for their team. As Lindale takes the early 2-point lead. Searcy bringing it down once again, gets it to Smith this time. Smith working out of the corner, finds right there Miss Honey Aldridge down the middle. Back to Smith now as she makes a nice move, trying to get it inside. Trying to get the pass off to Aldridge, and it's stolen away. Number 2, Miss Elise Pierce comes away with the steal. Now back on the offensive side of things is Lindale. Back over to Pierce there on the right side wing. And now back to Miss Devonshire. She tries to go inside. Bailey Litchfield on the floor trying to make it happen. And a jump ball is going to be the call, so it will now go in the way of Maybank.
Got a little break in the action here. Starting lineups tonight for the two teams, starting with your Maybank Panthers. Number 1, J.C. Jones. Number 4, Callie Smith. Number 5, Honey Aldridge. Number 11, Bailey Litchfield. And number 21, Jada Searcy. Get you the rest of the Lindale ones here in a minute.
Maybank here on offense with 5:45 remaining here in period number 1. As Searcy going to take the screen from Aldridge and try for a little shot there. Just off the mark. Nice second effort there by Miss Callie Smith to try to keep it on this side. Lindale able to steal it away after she was kind of stuck there in the corner. Nice pass inside, but blown layup there from Miss Devonshire. Rebounded by Maybank, and they head the other way. Right there on the dribble was Miss Bailey Litchfield. She kind of lost control of it, hit the ground. Ball goes out of bounds, unable to be saved right there from Miss Searcy.
First substitution of the game goes for Lindale. It's number 5, Madison Devonshire. She comes out in favor of number 0, Ava Grogan. Other ones out on the floor for the Lindale Lady Eagles, Miller, Pierce, Smith, and Hutchins.
5:04 remaining here is Lindale on offense to Grogan. Now back to, I just thought of the name, Hutchins right there. Yeah. 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Miss J.C. Jones. She gets it off to Searcy, and she will bring it up to run the offense. They get it to Miss Aldridge, top of the key. She finds Litchfield. Litchfield into the corner with Searcy. Searcy was looking for the pass inside, had it kind of blocked back into her. Thought about a shot for the second. Now gets it inside with Aldridge. Litchfield out in 3-point land. Going to hand it off to Searcy. Searcy going to go on the drive. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Sutton. So going to take some time to think things over here, figure out what the offensive attack is going to be. 4:26 remaining in period number 1 here as we go to the timeout.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit of a common theme with the Lady Panthers here in the 2025, I guess we could say, the first couple of games of the year, starting off a little slow in these first quarters, you know what I mean? Not being able to get the lid off the basket very much, and especially playing here in a hostile environment. Well, I mean, it's not really hostile, you know what I mean? But playing on the road, it's definitely something. And this is the first time they've played on the road so far this year, too. I only get to say that once a year, you know what I mean? So.
Absolutely. Kind of got some low lighting here as well, so it's like a
I didn't know if I was
might
blind
be adjusting to the eyes a little
yeah.
bit. As we come back from the timeout, Litchfield going to be doing the inbounding. She's going to send it up top with Searcy. Searcy into the corner with Litchfield. Litchfield trying to get it inside to Aldridge, and it is stolen away. It'll be Miss Ava Grogan coming up with the basketball, as now they head the other direction trying to work the offense. Still only 2 points scored so far in this opening period, as neither team really done much in the way of offense, and a 3-point shot taken right there by Miss Ella Hutchins, and it was way short.
Yeah, it seemed like it was kind of a second decision thing for Miss Hutchins there. They missed badly.
And Litchfield will bring it across half court, being defended very closely. As right there, good move from Searcy. Nice job from Honey to be able to get it to her. Honey going to try to go up through the contact, and the whistle will blow. So Honey Aldridge headed to the free throw line to shoot a couple here.
Yeah, a lot of contact down around the block. Jada Searcy thought she was going to pick up a foul, but as you said, Honey Aldridge, after the offensive rebound, able to work through some contact, put a couple, send her to the line for a couple is what I meant.
And shot number 1 is going to go pretty much in and out right there. She ran it around the rim. And it looks like substitution going to come in. Miss Taylor Granger going to come in for Miss Callie Smith. So on shot number 2 now, here's Honey. And that one is going to drop in the bucket. And they instantly set up the press.
Cut the lead in half, JD.
As they set up for a press, do a nice job of getting back after Lindale did a nice job breaking it. And shot here from Miss Kennedy Miller. Gonna find nothing but the bottom. Nice little mid-range for her. As Maybank, again on offense, Honey Aldridge gonna take it from the free throw line and drive to the hoop. Puts it up and puts it in, and fouled as she does so. So headed to the charity strike for a 3-point play potentially. Gonna do it the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned.
Call that the Jerry West special.
As we had a substitution right here, number 25, Miss Abigail Hanley came in for Miss Ella Hutchins over there on the Lindale side.
Yeah, Hutchins got 2 fouls, so.
Free throw no good from Honey, but Lindale grabs a rebound and heads back in the way of offense. It is Miss Ava Grogan with it. She's going to hand it off to Miss Pierce. Pierce going to try to get it to Miller. Just goes right through the hands. That'll be a backcourt violation. So on the turnover, Maybank going to take over.
Lindale still on top, 4-3. 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter, but it's been kind of a sloppy first quarter for both teams.
Absolutely, as Miss Jones going to be doing the inbounding duties right there from the sideline. Gets it into Miss Searcy. She's going to bring it over. Gets it to Miss Granger, kind of outside on the wing. Gets it into Honey. Honey back to Searcy. Searcy over to Granger. Inside to Honey now. Trying to go up strong. Nice defense played right there by Miss Abigail Hanley down on the block. Able to block the shot of Miss Honey Aldridge. Ends up going out off of her, though, so it'll stay here on Maybank's side. Litchfield able to get it in. And back into the corner with Litchfield now. Litchfield going to throw a little lob pass inside to Honey. Honey gets it out to Granger, and Granger was going to try to drive in, had it stolen away from her. Miss Ava Grogan coming up with it. As Grogan going to try to go to work and had to try to pass out of her bad jump right there. Found nobody. Ends up going into the hands of Miss J.C. Jones. Right there, a lot of commotion, a lot of bodies hitting the ground at that moment as the ball is going to roll out of bounds. Looks like it was last touched by Lindale.
Yeah, it was Cortland Pierce fighting hard with J.C. Jones for the ball. Both of them ended up taking a big spill onto the hardwood.
So substitutions coming in from both teams here. Miss Nina Sanchez into the game, as well as Miss Kendall Woods coming in for Maybank. As Honey Aldridge with it on the free throw line right now. They give it handed off, and then it gets into the hands of Miss Woods. Woods trying to find somewhere to go with it, has it plucked out of her hands. Has to try to get on the ground for it. And it looks like a jump ball is going to be called.
Man, Kendall Woods, tough young lady. Her face hit the ground, her arm got twisted back behind her, and she landed with the ball in the small of her back. Somehow popped up and went straight on to defense.
Incredible, as Lindale back on the offense with 1:45 remaining here in period number one. Still had the lead, only by one, as right there. As soon as I said something, Miss Abigail Lee able to change that, moving the lead up to 3 points now. She had a nice little shot inside. So Maybank going to work back on the offense now. Honey Aldridge with it. Going to find Litchfield on a backdoor cut. And she's able to put it up and put it in. Cuts the lead back to one again.
Got 1:15 to go here, JD. It's 6-5, like you said. See if Maybank can cut in and take a first quarter lead here.
As right here, Lindale working on offense. And they get it into the corner right there with Cortland Pierce. And Nina Sanchez going to break away from everybody, go all the way. Shot missed by Sanchez, rebounded right there by Aldridge. She goes back up and she's fouled, so she will head to the free throw line now to shoot two.
This will already be free throws 4 and 5 for Honey, only 1 for 3 to start with.
She's done a nice job inside, being able to do what she's supposed to, and going up strong through the contact. So that's the way to force them is right there. She's able to knock down the first one. That'll tie things up here.
We call that one the Denzel Washington, the equalizer.
The great equalizer. As Miss Aldridge here on shot number 2. That one's going to find its way to the bottom as well. So first lead for Maybank here in this one, as we've got a very low-scoring first period here. And Lindale trying to make something work through the defense of Maybank. They're just going to pretty much pass it straight out of bounds. It was Miss Kennedy Miller that was trying to be able to get to it, unable to do so. So Maybank takes over after the turnover. Nina Sanchez bringing it up to do the offensive duties and gets it over to Miss Kendall Woods, who finds Taylor Granger. Now with Litchfield. Litchfield to Sanchez.
I think they're just trying to wind down this clock. Only 15 seconds now.
I was about to say the same thing as Woods gets it over to Litchfield. Litchfield going to take a dribble and find Granger cutting inside. Going to put it up and put it in close.
Taylor Granger was just picking apples underneath the hoop there, and they find her.
As only 1 second left, final second shot for Miss Ava Grogan of Lindale, but it's not going to fall. So 6-9 the score here after period number 1. It is Maybank on top. We're going to step away real quick, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
And we are back here in Lindale, back to the action. Of course, Cedar Creek Media here on the Maybank Athletics YouTube page. Unfortunately tonight, audio only.
You know, JD, this is a big game, too. This is a fight for second place in the district. Both these teams right now 3-1 so far in District 15 play, sitting right behind Canton with a perfect 4-0.
Yeah, well, after that first period, both teams have come to play, and they've come to play defense as a very low-scoring affair after the first period. Maybank starts with it here to start the second. Right there, nice save right now by Honey Aldridge. Whew. Callie Smith's pass kind of got away, and she's able to run it down before it reaches half court. So it'll stay here with them. And passing around well now, over to Sanchez. Sanchez looks to kind of go for a drive, decides to come out of it. Gets it to Smith. Smith is going to go on the drive. Going to try to go up through the contact. No foul called. As Lindale going to come away with it. Fight for it there as collision was made between Miss Nina Sanchez and Elise Pierce. Possession is going to give it to Lindale, so it'll stay on this side. And looking for somewhere to bring it in. They find him right there, number 23, Michaela Smith. Going to take a bit of a long three there, and she's got it. She will tie things up here for Lindale. As 6:45 on the clock here in period number 2. Both teams tied up now. Trying to get it into the corner with Granger. It's knocked out of bounds by Lindale. So it'll stay here with Maybank. Granger going to do the inbounding duties. They're on the sideline. She's going to be able to get it into Honey. Honey going to hand it off to Sanchez. Sanchez finds Granger for three. Little off the mark. It's rebounded by Lindale. They decide to slow it down a little bit here. As number 2, Elise Pierce, bring it up, hands it off to Miss Kennedy Miller. Now on to the wing with Devonshire. Back with Smith. Smith inside, back to her. A little shot down the lane. Nice second chance effort there for Miss Smith as she's able to pluck it out of the hands of Sanchez off the rebound. And it'll be Devonshire trying to go all the way inside. Looks like a foul occurred there before the shot.
Yeah, they get Callie Smith on the foul. They say it was before the shot, so.
Lindale's going to take it. It looks like baseline out of bounds. We'll stay here on their side with it and found a little hole right there in the defense on the inbound, and they take the lead.
Yeah, Pierce just hanging out underneath the bucket, do a good job of moving around and finding her. That was Elise Pierce, by the way, a couple of different Pierces on this team. So just sitting underneath the bucket, that's about the easiest place you can make. Get one to go down, you know.
Absolutely. You find that one spot where the defense isn't hanging out, and that's where you take up residence.
Yeah, but, you know, normally we see the offense kind of start picking it up in the second quarter for the Lady Panthers. It has pretty much stayed flat here so far. Lindale holding on to that 2-point lead, as you mentioned, 11-9. And we're, you know, some time into the second quarter now. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left to go. So a couple minutes gone. And I mean, you're full 10 minutes in and barely got, 10 points average between the two teams.
Absolutely, as it will be Miss Jada Searcy bringing it up for Maybank. Flips it over to Litchfield. Searcy in the corner, going to take the three. Off the mark there. Litchfield able to grab the rebound. Looking for some help. Finds J.C. Jones out on three. Back to Litchfield now, and she's going to have it stolen. So Lindale going to slow things down, run some offense here. They're going to find Smith. She's going to take another three. This time it's off the front of the rim. Into the hands of Miss Callie Smith. Trying to drive down the court and fight for the ball. Jump ball going to be called. Possession going to give it in the way of Maybank. So
that was Callie Smith and Elise Pierce both going for the ball, and that was a football level collision right there at midcourt.
Yes, it was. As Litchfield gets it in right there to Searcy. 5:13 remaining here in period number 2. Searcy trying to get it into Jones, and it's just going to be stolen away. Able to make the finish is Miss Ella Hutchins, as she was out in front of the pack. Bit of a lazy pass right there inside to J.C. Jones, and Ella Hutchins just able to take advantage. Smith going to take the drive inside, going to have her shot blocked. Rebounded, though, by Honey Aldridge. And right there, Bailey Litchfield able to put up a shot, and she is fouled as she does so. So she's headed to the charity strike here.
That's going to be a blocking foul called against Madison Devonshire, coach's daughter.
Yeah, his first shot from Litchfield on the way. That one going to go out of the back of the rim. Substitutions coming in for Maybank. Smith and Searcy head to the bench as Miss McKinley White and Taylor Granger come back into the game. And second shot for Litchfield. That one finds the bottom. They have finally made it to 10 here as 13-10 Lindale leads it. 4:36 remaining as Lindale working on offense. Going to try to get the pass inside, and they do. Now trying to pass back outside. It's tipped away by Maybank. Finally stolen away by J.C. Jones. Jones finds Granger coming down. Unable to finish on the layup there. It's rebounded by Lindale, and they'll head the other direction.
Yeah, good effort by Granger. Just couldn't get it to go in.
As Lindale has been able to work their kind of slow pace of offense here so far. Looks like a foul is going to be called.
Yeah, they're going to get Taylor Granger that time. She came in with, pretty sure I've seen that one on Cobra Kai, the TV show, before. That was a pretty hard elbow.
And back inbound right there to Devonshire for three. A little bit off the mark, rebounded by Maybank. Litchfield going to be bringing it down. Gets it over to White. White going to get it over on the wing with Granger. Granger looking for a pass, finds Litchfield. Litchfield going to go on the drive. Find Honey Aldridge right there. And I think they're going to say that she was shooting. She was passing. Nonetheless, she's headed to the line.
Yeah, it was in the act of passing, and then she went, I was shooting, and they just kind of took it. So, hey,
works for me.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good, you know what I mean? She's both, so.
Litchfield, shot number one, finds the bottom. Slowly cutting back in a lead Lindale had found for themselves. 13-11 now. Coming off the free throws from Litchfield. 3:45 remaining here in the half as Litchfield's second going to go off the back of the rim. Aldridge fighting for the rebound. Ooh, questionable, but won't say too much on it. As right there, they're going to say it went off the hands of Aldridge. So Lindale going to head back the other direction. It is Miller bringing it up for him. Working against Miss J.C. Jones. Finds Ava Grogan over there. Gets it inside to Ella Hutchins.
Nice.
And nice block right there from Honey Aldridge. And it looks like, don't complain about it, and it comes back around to you, as I'm pretty sure it was kicked out of bounds by somebody from Maybank, but we won't tell them that. As Maybank going to head the other direction now. McKinley White bringing it down. Finds Honey right there. Honey with a nice pass inside to Granger, but she has her shot blocked. And it looks like a foul going to be committed right there by Miss McKinley White.
Yeah. Just a little take foul there.
So Lindale will reset things here, and it will be Miss Kennedy Miller bringing it up for him. Gets it over to Grogan. Grogan going to dribble across top of the key, find Miss Abigail Lee. Lee going to dribble across, finds Miss Hutchins. Hutchins going to drive all the way inside. Shot no good there.
Was played perfectly by Honey Aldridge, yeah.
Honey grabbed the rebound, went to get the outlet pass. Outlet pass was not looking at her, so it kind of just fell on the floor. She had to run it back down. Luckily able to save it, though. Maybank working on offense now. Granger going to find Aldridge right there on the short corner as Honey finds J.C. Jones, and jump ball
Possession
going to be called. Like you said, possession goes Lindale, so they'll head the other direction. Substitution going to come in. Miss Nina Sanchez in. Miss McKinley White heads to the bench to get a break. As now it'll be Ava Grogan bringing it down for Lindale. 2:15 remaining here in period number 2 now. As it's up top with Miss Cortland Pierce now. Pierce hands it off right there to Lee. Lee going to go inside on the floater, no good. Rebounded by Litchfield. Litchfield up ahead to Jones now. Jones turns around and finds Litchfield again as she had herself in a bit of trouble. Going all the way around. It is.
Oh, they say step on the line, yeah.
Let's say Aldridge right there on the short corner was looking for the pass inside to J.C. Jones. Unfortunately stepped out of bounds right there. So Lindale going to take over after the turnover.
But I like that move, man. Honey trying to take that baseline there. Lindale's been giving it. She said, I'll take it.
A minute 37 remain here in period number 2 now. That's Lindale work on offense. It's going to be stolen away by J.C. Jones. Hands it off to Sanchez. Sanchez up ahead to Litchfield. Litchfield going to slow things down now. Litchfield back to Sanchez. Over to Granger. Inside with Jones. And she gets it to Aldridge, who does a great job with the shot fake to have, I believe it was number 24, Miss Ella Hutchins, pretty much jump on her back.
Yeah, she's going to have to come out for the rest of the half. That's her third foul, so only has 2 to give in the second half there.
Guess she wanted a piggyback ride there on that one, but Honey Aldridge, no fear at all, was willing to take it as she knocks down the first one of her free throw attempts.
Now 4-6.
And here on shot number 2, that one's also going to find the bottom, so Maybank going to tie it up there with the free throws. Hard to believe, only 13 points scored between the two teams, and a minute 10 remaining before the half. Lindale working on offense, trying to regain control of it. Jump ball going to be called, and the possession will give it to Maybank.
Yeah, it's like you said, man, 13 points apiece over 15 full minutes of play. I mean, we've seen these Maybank Lady Panthers go off for 13 in about 2 minutes, you know?
Absolutely. It's a different kind of game that they're having to play right now, as Lindale has kind of forced them to slow things down more than they are used to. Right there, J.C. Jones able to find Aldridge. Aldridge finds Litchfield for 3. No good on the three-point attempt. Aldridge able to grab the rebound and is pushed
fouled
right there.
Yeah.
So it'll stay on this side. I think they're going to call number 30 right there. Miss Kalia Williams right there picks up the foul. She is going to come out of the game. And number 25, Abigail Hanley, is going to come in. They get the inbound right there to Aldridge.
She was surrounded by 3 white jerseys and just couldn't quite get her hands fully on the ball before it went out of bounds.
They're going to say it went off of her, though. So Lindale is coming down on offense. Nina Sanchez going to step up. Nice job poking it free, unable to stop it before it goes out of bounds, though. So it'll stay on this side with Lindale. Maybank's defense doing good against this Lindale offense. Doesn't quite know what to do so far in this one. As right there, it was pretty much a pass straight to Coach Sutton. He just kind of catches it right there on the sideline. So Maybank takes over. 22 seconds left here in the half. Nina Sanchez bringing it down. Going to get it over to Litchfield, inside to Honey. Honey was looking for the backdoor cut from Granger. Granger was coming back to her. So pass goes to nobody, out of bounds.
Was expecting the zig and got the zag. You know
there
what I mean?
you go. As Lindale bringing it down for possibly the last possession here of the half. And it will be as they're holding for the final shot. Corner three going to be taken, and it's just off the mark. So that is how the first half of action is going to end. 13-13, all tied up here as we will send it to the half. I'm going to ask you real quick, Taylor, what would you like to do first? Do you want to send us some commercials, or you want to let them watch this highlight reel you provided?
Yeah, go ahead and send it to commercial, and then we'll go into our little highlight package. So y'all will get to see some basketball here on the channel tonight. It's just going to be the previous game. So, yeah, JD, I guess go ahead and throw it on into commercial, and then we'll roll the highlight package. I'll get these points added up, and we'll come back to you.
Sounds good.
Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
Barks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right of Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doubleKphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Maybank Athletics.
Half-court press. And right there, Litchfield's going to just be able to knock it away. And Honey Aldridge all alone going to put in the easy layup. Line nothing going. Gets it to Litchfield. Litchfield on the drive. Puts in the floater.
Bailey Litchfield wasting no time.
Jones over to Litchfield. Litchfield going to take another three. That one a little off the mark. Jones. I don't know exactly what happened right there, but it ended up in the hands of Miss Searcy, and she puts it in the basket. Inside now with Smith. Smith going to put it on the ground and then give it over to Granger. Granger going to go on the floater, puts it off the backboard and in.
Nice move by Taylor Granger, I think.
House half court. Skips it over there to Searcy. Searcy going to go all the way to the basket.
Wow.
Goes up and goes in.
Tough basket there for Jada. Came at a big time, too. Lady Panthers needed something.
Phelps. Granger gets it at three-point land. Thought about it for a second. Searcy going to go all the way to the basket. Puts it up and puts it in and one. White slows it down, tries to get it to Granger. Wow.
Bodies piling up here.
It's a fight for it. Bailey Litchfield comes away. Taylor Granger all alone going to take the right-handed layup. It is up and in. See Searcy with a nice cross there. Going to go all the way to the hoop. Ooh. Nobody stopped her. Able to put it in.
She's feeling it.
Give it back, and it's stolen away by Callie Smith. Looks like she's going to try to go all the way.
Oh. Circus
and
foul.
Going to put in the and one.
Wow.
And Searcy going to get it all the way to Callie Smith. Callie going to go all the way in, and she's got it right there with the floater.
Well, maybe
Trying to figure out a way to run their offense here is right there. Callie Smith comes away with another steal. Going to slow it down a little bit and has the layup. Nice and easy right there from Miss Callie Smith. Rebounded by Honey. Sanchez up ahead to Searcy. Searcy just goes right through the double team into the corner with Smith. Smith all the way to the hoop, and she's got it with the drive. Scary pass right there, but able to get it to Sanchez. JC Jones on the baseline drive. She's going to put it up and put it in.
little English on that one.
7 seconds left to do something here. They get it into Miss Searcy. Searcy trying to push it up a little bit. She's going to go all the way, and she's got it. Call it good before the buzzer. As take a little hop stop. Gets it to Searcy. Searcy going to go on the drive all the way, and she's got it.
Another and one opportunity here. Clarify that it was on Maybank.
3-point attempt coming from Van. That one going to go off, but they're able to grab the miss. Honey Aldridge doing a nice job to poke it out and get it on the ground. Litchfield gets down there with it. And possession going to go in the way of Van here.
I'm telling you, for anybody that ever said boys sports are tougher than girls sports, they haven't been to a high school girls basketball game. 'Cause they end up on the ground so much. I mean, just the amount of knees and elbows smacking hardwood during one of these games is just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I sound like a broken record. I've said it 100 times, but I would be broken taking half of these hits. So these girls are as tough as they come.
Hands it off right there to Walker. Walker going to try to go in. Wow, what a shot right there.
Just a throw up that she makes go in somehow.
Threw up a prayer and it worked out for JC Jones trying to respond quickly. Nice job by Honey on the offensive board. Puts it up and puts it back in.
Uh-oh.
Looking to pass it over to Litchfield, but Litchfield told her look down court. And Nina Sanchez picks it up, tries to go with a little floater. Honey Aldridge grabs the miss. Going to kind of slow things down here. Inside to Aldridge. Aldridge finds Granger in the corner, and she's got it.
First three made tonight for the Lady Panthers.
And right there, Van going to go on the drive. Walker not able to get it to fall for him. Wow, what a find by Aldridge all the way down the court. Great job by McKinley White. Crashing the board right there. Puts it up and puts it in right before the buzzer. And to Litchfield, back to Sanchez. Litchfield then throws it up ahead to Smith. Smith going to go all the way, and it's going to bounce in. Great job right there. By a lot of fouls in the late going in that one as well, as has this one. So time just ticking away as all these fouls are called as Litchfield finally finds the mark there from three-point land. Sanchez flipping sides of the court. Gets it inside the Woods, hands it off to Granger. Granger going to take the little jumper, and she's got it to fall.
Got that soft bounce. All right, back to it here. Cedar Creek Media. Again, Taylor Honey.
JD Bird.
Happy to have you here. And again, audio only tonight, so do apologize about the live game being audio only. But again, Lindale ISD didn't necessarily want the video going on here in their house. Hey, we respect it and we appreciate the way they approached it. Not being jerks about it or anything, just coming to have a nice little conversation with us, and then bringing us drinks as just a way of saying sorry. So
yeah.
Hey, if anything, if you're gonna, I'm just gonna say you could tell me a lot of bad news and bring me a Dr. Pepper, and I'm gonna be okay with it. So. But JD, let's go ahead and quickly, and I do mean quickly, go over the first half scoring here. Not a whole lot of it. Not much of it at all. Locked into a defensive battle, 13-13 here at halftime. So let's quickly go ahead and run down the scoring for the hosting Lindale Lady Eagles. You've got three young ladies all tied with 2 points apiece. That is number 1, Kennedy Miller, number 2, Elise Pierce, and number 12, Abigail Lee. Then you've got number 23, Michaela Smith. She has got 3 points. She hit 1-3 earlier. And the big big post down there, Ella Hutchins, the sophomore, 6'2", by the way, big girl. Not, I'm talking like tall girl. I always feel weird when I say that, but she is a very tall young lady. She is the leader in the clubhouse for the Lady Eagles at 4 points. Over on our end, it is our own big post down there. Number 5, Honey Aldridge, leading the scoring. She has 7 points, followed behind by Bailey Litchfield with 4 and Taylor Granger with 2. So 2 of the oldest and the youngest on the team filling up the scoring spot. So JD, not a whole lot to say about corrections and things to do from the first half. There's only one correction: start hitting the shots. That's about all you got to do. Now there's been some turnovers, that kind of thing, but it seems like there's been plenty of shots that have gone up tonight that just maybe weren't the best advised shots and really weren't anywhere close, and that's on both sides.
Absolutely. It's been a kind of a very slow-paced game here today, is what Lindale has trying to force out of these Lady Panthers. So if you're Maybank, you have to figure out a way to be able to push your initiative, push your faster style of play that you're kind of more used to, be able to break out with those fast break scores. You're doing a great job on the boards, really. Both teams are doing a fantastic job. Neither team really has quite an edge there in that. So that would be one thing to kind of look for, to see if you can figure out a way to get you're a little bit of an edge on the boards. But other than that, just an all-around good defensive game being played by both here so far, as it's going to be Lindale starting things off to start the second half. They are going to get it in and inside quickly to Hutchinson. Hutchinson is going to have it stolen from behind her by Searcy. Searcy up ahead to Litchfield. Litchfield takes a bit of a scary-looking layup there, but able to get the finish, as that's a quick 2 points to start off the third period.
Hey, you've already scored, a sixth of what you got earlier.
And a quick steal from Smith has them headed on the offensive side again. Smith finds Aldridge, who finds in the corner right there J.C. Jones. That one going to go off the side of the backboard. And a quick timeout going to be called from Lindale.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Devonshire, I have to look at it every time to make sure I'm saying. So Coach Devonshire, I don't think he thought his girls were executing the original plan there coming out of the halftime. So I think he just wanted another second, before everything gets going. And what he said is not freshen the minds. Go ahead, reassure, and what am I trying to say? Reposit that, I guess, into their minds. I don't know. I'm losing my wording here tonight, JD. It's too cold. I'm losing my mind.
Absolutely. As right there, Maybank did a great job of coming out of halftime, fired up and ready to go. Had 2 quick possessions right there before we even knew it. Honestly, some of the quickest looking basketball we've seen so far tonight. As Lindale still on offense here. They finally get it across half court, working a little bit. Going to try to go for the drive inside. Ran right into Searcy. And Searcy does a great job taking that charge.
I mean, that was – I know we talk about a heavy contact all the time, but, I mean, that was just straight – both young ladies straight to the deck afterwards. I mean, that was ferocious, JT.
I mean, she plowed right into Searcy. Searcy did a wonderful job of just falling backwards. Had to hit the ground a little bit hard, but sometimes it's worth it when you can change the possession. Searcy now has it top of the key. Going to go for the drive inside. Nice little off step. Great looking maneuver right there from Miss Jada Searcy as she puts up 2.
Her first points of the game. Strange.
Playing good defense results into good offense from Miss Jada Searcy here tonight so far. As right now it's going to be stolen away by Honey Aldridge. She's going to try to get out ahead of the pack. And it's going to be poked out right there by number 24, Ella Hutchins. And they're going to say it was last touched by Aldridge.
Yeah, kicked off of Honey's foot.
So Lindale going to try to work again on offense. Defense of Maybank doing what they can to slow Lindale's offense. Right there, a nice baseline maneuver by number 23, Michaela Smith. Not able to hit the shot. Looks like a foul was called against number 1.
Miller.
Miss Kennedy Miller of Lindale. So Maybank going to head the other direction. Jada Searcy walking it down, hands it off to Litchfield. Litchfield brings it across half court, gets it to J.C. Jones, finds Honey, who finds Litchfield for three. That one off the back of the rim, rebounded by Callie Smith. Smith locked herself down there in a pretty bad position, and then she is going to be fouled. She was double teamed down there with no real help, but foul right there from number 23, Michaelin Smith. Kind of saved Smith right there.
Yeah, Callie, exactly what you were saying is exactly what I was about to say. She was about to lose the ball out of bounds until she was assaulted by a couple of Lady Eagles, so bailout there.
Right there, Maybank able to get it inbounds. J.C. Jones gets it to Jada Searcy, top of the key. Searcy looks for the drive. Wow, nice job. J.C. Jones wasn't quite ready for the pass, though. Ends up running in and causing a collision. J.C. Jones going to pick up the foul there on that one. Only her first personal foul in the game.
You know, I'm really okay with that one as well. J.C. Jones had her hands up, just crowding a Lady Eagle there. Don't believe she really had her balance, so the Lady Eagle fell backwards. So I think that was just kind of one of those wrong place, wrong time, but like the effort there from J.C.
Absolutely, as Lindale able to get it on their side to run some offense here. Smith tries to go for a shot inside, no good, but it's rebounded by Lindale. Lindale going to take a three now off the back of the rim. And again rebounded by Lindale, so it'll stay here. Trying to find a pass, and it is stolen away by Litchfield. Litchfield going to try to go coast to coast, and she is fouled. So she'll head to the charity strike now to put up a couple. Number 12 right there, Miss Abigail Lee. Going to get called for that one.
Bailey 2 for 4 so far from the line tonight.
First shot on the way. That one going to hit the rim and go elsewhere. As substitution going to come in. Taylor Granger coming in for Miss Callie Smith. And coming up here, shot number 2 for Litchfield. That one is going to find its way in. So able to go 1-of-1 once again from the free throw line. Maybank working on defense now as Lindale trying to figure out a way to get through this defense. Ooh, almost picked off right there by J.C. Jones. Does a nice job getting back.
Oh.
Off of Lindale's foot, but they're going to call it off of Maybank. As their referees point it to keep it on this side of the floor. 4:36 remaining here in period number 3. As Maybank still with a 5-point lead, cut down to only 3 right there as Miss Ella Hutchins puts it in off the turnaround maneuver. Litchfield bringing it across half. Gets it to J.C. Jones. Jones going to try to go on the drive. Plucked out of her hands right there by Miss Kennedy Miller. So it'll stay here with Maybank. Litchfield going to do the inbounding. Gets it into Aldridge. Aldridge hands off to Searcy. Searcy over to Litchfield. Litchfield going to try to get it inside to Aldridge. Unable to right there. Nice save by Miss Ella Hutchins for Lindale there. As they're going to take it and go run some offense. Hutchins dribbling with it now. Going to turn around and find Ms. Devonshire. Devonshire back to Hutchins. Hutchins looking for the pass. Now has to put it on the ground. Gets it back to Devonshire. She's going to take a long 3, and she's got it. Ms. Madison Devonshire going to tie things back up 18 apiece. 3:34 remaining here in period number 3. Honey Aldridge there in the middle. Going to get it to Jones. Granger, Searcy going to take a deep 3. She's got it.
Jada Searcy says, anything you can shoot, I can shoot better.
Contested 3 right there. Person in her face, she doesn't care. She was confident with it, and she took it. As right there, I believe it is going to be Coach Devonshire over there for Lindale. Going to call a timeout here. Going to take the full minute. to talk things over now. Has only a 3-point lead for Maybank, but we have seen the game kind of totally change here after halftime.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Still only, 13 point. Well, I guess if both teams only had 13
They've almost
going
doubled
into the
up
half.
They've almost doubled up their points in
That's
only
true.
one quarter as
That's
opposed
true.
to 2. So
Getting 13 points in a quarter is nice so far, and still got time to go. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know really what the deal is tonight. Both teams are having their opportunities, just not really able to get anything to go down. It seems the battle really tonight. Okay, I thought they were making some kind of announcement about the game. It sounded weird, but yeah, no, it seems like the big battle tonight is down there on the blocks between Ella Hutchins and, of course, Honey Aldridge. Both of them standing right around 6'1", 6'2". Hutchins, the sophomore, Aldridge is freshman. So definitely a battle we can look forward to over the next couple of years, JD.
absolutely, the fight between the underclassmen almost there. As, again, 3:15 remaining here in period number 3. Maybank with the lead, 21-18 over Lindale right now. Lindale working on offense, gets it inside to Hutchins. Hutchins going to put it up and put it in as she's fouled. So she's going to head to the free throw line for a chance to make it a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Chance to tie it back up as well. It's been back and forth.
And Hutchins' shot no good. Going to be rebounded by Miss Searcy there. She almost couldn't pick it up. Finally does. Gets it to Litchfield. Litchfield bringing it down. Going to get it to Granger. Back to Litchfield now. Litchfield going to put it on the ground. Looks to go all the way, and she does. Gets the nice bounce off the glass there on that. I mean, you could almost call it a layup, but she was a distance away from that basket. Nonetheless, able to put it in. As Lindale now going to take a 3 off the back rim. Hutchins puts it up down low off a rebound. Rebounded by Searcy after her miss. Aldridge gets it ahead to Granger. Granger going to try to go for a turnaround, and she's fouled right there.
Foul's going to go against Hutchins as well, and that's going to be a big one, JD. That will be her 4th foul.
Oh, it looks like they're
they
going to
got
put against
lucky.
number 12.
They got lucky. They had assessed it to Lee there. That would have been Hutchins' 4th.
Granger, I believe her first time on the free throw line tonight. That one going to rim out on her.
Litchfield and Jones coming off. Callie Smith and Nina Sanchez into the ball game.
Granger now, shot number 2. That one also not able to fall for. I think Lindale might have caught a break right there as Abigail Lee was grabbing for the rebound, and it kind of went off of her knee. Referee said that it was Searcy that touched it. So Lindale going to head the other direction. Gets it over right there to Miss Cortland Pierce. Pierce going to get it right there to Miller. Miller going to go back top of the key. Going to try to get it inside now with Hutchins. Hutchins makes a nice post move, puts it up, rebounded by Lee. She was able to put up another one.
Great defense first from Honey and then from Taylor Granger getting the block.
Now Jada Searcy had her pass intercepted right there by Cortland Pierce. Able to come up and force the jump ball there, though. Possession is going to give it to Maybank, so it'll stay here on this side of the court. Inside right there to Aldridge. She takes a dribble, hands it off to Smith. Smith now going to put it on the ground, finds Miss Searcy top of the key. Searcy going to put it on the ground. Was trying to look to go for a drive, has to pull out of it. Sanchez able to come up and give her some help. Gets it to Granger now. Granger going to have to put it on the ground, able to find Aldridge. Aldridge finds Sanchez cutting back door, but it ends up hitting Sanchez in the face. She loses control. Hutchins able to come away with it. 1:11 remaining here in period number 3. Hutchins going to try to go all the way. Little spin around move, and she's going to be fouled right there.
Yeah, they're going to get Granger trying to slide over and help. Just a little too much contact.
As Miss Ella Hutchins, shot number 1 finds nothing but the bottom. Ava Grogan going to come into the game in favor of Miss Kennedy Miller here. As second shot on the way for Hutchins. That one is also good. Down to only a 1-point lead for Maybank. 22-23 here. As Searcy brings it down a little slower than normal. Just trying to pass it up ahead. It looks like then she's going to have a foul called against her as she lost the ball. They're going to call her for a push. And it looks like substitution going to come in. I believe Litchfield coming in.
That's exactly it.
Searcy headed to go get a quick break. As under a minute now, we got 53 seconds left here to go in the third. Lindale going to work the offense. Hutchins going to dribble around with it. Now decides to shoot a 3. That one going to go off front of the rim. It'll be Nina Sanchez with the rebound. She's going to push it up quickly. Up ahead now to Smith. Smith going to find Aldridge. Aldridge able to find Granger out at 3. Granger puts up a nice shot. Not quite able to get the lucky bounce, but nice job by Smith. Able to fight there on the second chance effort. Put it up and put it in as she is fouled.
First points of the game.
So she heads to the free throw line now. Chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
We normally see Callie get on the board a little earlier than this, but chance to put 3 now.
First shot, well,
her
only shot on the way, and that one finds no problem getting in. She's able to convert on her old-fashioned 3-point play. As Lindale now going to head the other direction on offense. Possibly the last possession here of the third.
Can't afford a foul here either because it would put you in the bonus, so don't want to give them free shots.
Is Ava Grogan right now. Oh, Litchfield trying to take the charge, and they're going to end up calling her for a block.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't either.
But it's going to send Grogan up to the line for 2, like we were talking about.
First shot is able to fall there for Grogan. Substitution's going to be coming in now for Maybank. As McKinley White come in, as well as Taylor Granger. Everybody else backs off as that second shot also falls. Only a 2-point lead now for Maybank heading in to the fourth period of play. Man, what a good one. As really quickly, we will step away real quick and we'll be back here after this.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doubleKphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Maybank Athletics.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right. righty, and we are back to the action here in Lindale. Cedar Creek Media on the Maybank Athletics YouTube page. As possession going to go in the way of Lindale, and they will start out with it here to start the fourth. 24-26, Lindale only trailing by 2 to Maybank here. As Lindale going to open up with it. The drive by Devonshire. We're going to say it was out of bounds right there off of Maybank, so it'll stay here with Lindale.
Yeah, Hutchins just threw it off of the player.
And they're able to get the inbound right there to Miller. On the shot, she is going to be fouled. Jada Searcy going to be called for it. Miller on the line now to shoot 2. Her first one on the way. That one going to go off front of the rim. Substitution's going to come in now. Number 1, J.C. Jones, and number 11, Bailey Litchfield, going to come in for Kendall Woods and McKinley White.
The youngsters out for the seniors.
And looks like a late substitution sent over there to the table as Miller able to convert on her second one. Thereafter, the make. Callie Smith also comes in for Nina Sanchez. So starters back into the ball game. Up ahead to Litchfield now. Litchfield trying to bring it across half. She does. Being defended very closely. Has to look for some help. Able to find Searcy. J.C. Jones with the three-point shot. That one no good, but it's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge going to find Searcy. Searcy with a shot fake. Step inside. Nice little mid-range there as she's able to find the bottom of the net. Lindale going to take it out, try to go the other way. Looks like Lindale playing a little bit quicker now. And nice job by Bailey Litchfield to draw the offensive foul. Drawing the charge right there, number 23, McKaylin Smith. Going to get charged with that one.
Yeah.
Charged with the charge.
Yeah, that was a good job by Bailey, especially after last time what happened. You know, have that short memory, go in for it again.
Absolutely. Bailey Litchfield with it, top of the key. She's going to try to drive inside. Gets it over there to Smith. Smith spinning around over there with it as she gets it to Jones. Jones hands it back off to Litchfield. Litchfield to Aldridge. Aldridge going to find Jones. Jones to Smith. Smith to Litchfield. Passing it around real well here as now Litchfield going to try to go on the drive. Stops it short. Gets it to Jones. Jones tries to get it inside right there to Aldridge. Just can't quite hold on to it. So it will go the other direction with Lindale. 3-point lead for Maybank still as they lead at 25-28 right now. 6:17 remaining here in period number 4. Lindale comes across half court, instantly picks up the dribble. Has to find some help, able to find it right there. Gets it back to Devonshire. Devonshire now over to Pierce. Pierce.
Travel. Oh, no, excuse me, off-ball foul.
Off-ball foul, number 23, McKaylin Smith, going to get called with practically a push there.
Yeah, moving screen. So, thought it was a travel. It was my fault.
Maybank now trying to get it across, and they do.
That's travel.
That is a travel that they call on Miss Jada Searcy there.
Good thought. She couldn't gather quite in time. Think she thought she had an outlet pass and didn't have one.
Yeah, almost looked like a little bit too much forward momentum there. Not able to stop herself in quite enough steps. And as Devonshire gets the ball across half court for Lindale, Coach Devonshire going to call the timeout. I almost really stumped myself up with that sentence that I just said right there.
Well, it's an unusual last name, you know what I mean? So
Devonshire comes across half court and Coach Devonshire. All right, JD.
I know when I was cutting up that highlight package, I cracked myself up where I can't remember what I said. It was something about Dalen Gibbs. I said he doed it, and I said, well,
he doed it.
You know, that is not proper English there, Taylor. But, you know, it happens. It happens. So If anything, with this game going on, man, again, only a three-point swing here. 25-28, Maybank holding on top with a little under 6 minutes to go here. But again, we've seen these girls put up, 28 in a lot less time than this.
Absolutely. Devonshire doing the inbounding, finds Pierce right there. Pierce back to her. And it will be Ella Hutchins grabbing it top of the key. Finds Miller, who finds Pierce once again. Pierce going to go all the way inside. Shot no good at the rim. J.C. Jones able to grab the rebound. And it looks like number 1, Kennedy Miller, going to come up with a foul right there.
Yeah, Pierce thought it was on her. She was arguing her case, and they said it's not even on you.
As Searcy now going to slowly bring it up. Right there, Litchfield just splits right through the double team. Finds an open Callie Smith, who finds Aldridge there inside. Stolen away by Devonshire here. Devonshire going to turn around, find the opening right there to slow things down. Hutchins gets it over to Smith. Smith back inside to Hutchins. Hutchins going to find Kennedy Miller right there.
He's inside the line, so just a 2.
Inside the line, just a 2, but able to knock down the long 2 there.
And another foul going to be called, and this time it will go against Elise Pierce. And that's the 4th team foul already, so one more is going to put you in the bonus.
Yeah, going to have to clean things up here. As now Jada Searcy able to get it ahead to Jones. Jones trying to get it back to Searcy, threw it a little far, able to go run out and get it. Searcy now bringing it back down, back to Jones. Jones gets it inside with Honey. Honey got to put it on the ground and find a back cut in Smith. Oh, and she is fouled right there.
Almost had the circus play.
I thought it was going down. Ended up kind of rolling off the rim right there. Callie Smith, though, going to head to the free throw line now to shoot a couple.
That's also the 5th foul, so Maybank going to be shooting free throws for every Lindale foul now.
As shot number 1 finds the bottom right there from Miss Callie Smith. Substitution's going to come into the game. Well, one substitution anyway. Nina Sanchez comes in now for Jada Searcy. It looks like Granger is going to be headed in for Smith on the next dead ball. 4:27 to go here in period number 4. 2-point lead for Maybank before the shot, and right there, Callie Smith able to make it a 3-point. As Granger now comes back into the ball game. Lindale going to have it on offense. Bringing it down slowly here. Gets it off right there to Miss Smith. Smith gets it to Lee. Lee going to dribble over. Finds Hutchins now. Hutchins going to try to go on the drive.
Travel.
Stops, and she is going to commit the travel right there. It will be Maybank here on offense after the turnover. Nina Sanchez bringing it up. Looks to run into a little bit of resistance. Does a nice job dribbling right around it, though. Gets it off to Granger. Granger going to try to go baseline. And just not quite able to control the dribble right there. Going to be out of bounds off of Miss Taylor Granger. Lindale going to head the other direction.
Yeah, just got a little high there. Dribble got up over her shoulder. She used to have a chance to recover after that.
And Lindale now working on offense. Gets it off to Smith right there. Smith able to make a very nice move and nice shot right there. As Litchfield able to get past the defense, was looking for an open J.C. Jones, standing on the block right there. Pass was just a little bit too high. So Lindale going to take over after the turnover. 3:30 remaining here in period number 4. Is only a 1-point lead for Maybank now. Lindale. Hutchins trying to go back to the basket, dribble it down. As now she's going to take a shot. Granger able to get it off the miss. Hands it off. Now Nina Sanchez bringing it down. Will slow things down a bit here. Gets it off to Aldridge. Aldridge gets it to Litchfield. Litchfield in the corner with Sanchez. Sanchez able to get it inside with Aldridge. Aldridge just has it plucked from her hands, though. Lindale comes up with it. As it is Miss Smith. Passing around, gets it off to Lee, who gets it to Pierce. Pierce now dribbling up top of the key. Gets it over to Smith. 2:30 remaining here in period number 4. Still a 1-point lead for Maybank. Hutchins with it now. Looking for somewhere to go. Finds Lee over there. Lee going to end up putting it on the ground. Gets it off now to Pierce. Pierce gets it to Smith. Lindale really slowing things down here now. And 3-point shot on the way from Lee. Not able to find anything. Litchfield comes away with the rebound. Gives it off to Nina Sanchez. Sanchez was trying to get the pass ahead to Granger, and it was tipped out of bounds by Lindale. So,
yeah, it could have been a couple of fouls called there on the play against the Lindale Lady Eagles, but neither are called. I understand, don't want to let free throws decide it late, but my goodness. Can't let them UFC each other out there either.
Absolutely. Callie Smith with a nice shot fake and taking the baseline, and she's able to put it up and put it in. And Coach Sutton going to call a timeout here. Let the girls settle down now after getting that lead back to 3. He's going to take the full minute. So, yeah, that's exactly what he wants to do. Let them just kind of calm down after that quick surge to just kind of break them with quite the intensity here. Let them have that break for a second and let them figure out what they're doing and get back out there.
Yeah, and both teams have been really seeming to find a little bit more offensive success here in this fourth quarter. So like you were saying, I guess it really was just one of those defensive battles as everybody started to wear down a little bit here. The buckets are starting to become a little bit more free-flowing. And that's going to be interesting to watch as Honey Aldridge and Hutchins, Ella Hutchins over on the other side, continue to do battle. I mean, I know I am wearing green, but it did look like Hutchins was maybe getting worn down just a little bit on these last couple of possessions for the ladies in white and blue. Not quite as much work, not quite as much movement as we'd seen from her at the beginning. But Honey just seems to have not really slowed down too much. So let's see if that becomes a factor here.
You know, with Miss Hutchins as well, it's also, she's got 4 fouls now.
Yeah, true.
So she's in a little bit of foul trouble here as, she can't quite play the defense that she was playing.
That is very true.
So now Lindale with it on offense. Devonshire finds Pierce. Pierce gets it to Lee. Lee finds Miller. Miller going to get it back to Devonshire. Devonshire off to Lee once again. They get it inside with Hutchins. Block. Nice job by Miss Aldridge. Getting the block right there and grabs the rebound herself. Up ahead now, Litchfield to Searcy. Searcy going to be the one to take it across. No, she's not as she tries to get it to Litchfield. Good defensive effort right there for Devonshire. Devonshire was standing on the block. Hutchins not quite able to get her the ball. And it was Pierce trying to fight through a double team. They're going to call a foul here. I think they're going to call it on Taylor Granger here. And right there, J.C. Jones going to come in for Granger. Nina Sanchez headed into the ball game as well for Jada Searcy.
Sending out the defensive unit here.
So Lindale trying to get it in. J.C. Jones not having it. Yeah, she'll poke it right back out of bounds.
Talk about an energizer bunny right there. J.C. Jones never runs out of energy.
Absolutely not. As right there, pass right through the hands of Lee. So after the turnover, Maybank gonna look to move things in the other direction as Jada Searcy right back into the game. Like you said, brought Sanchez out to do a little bit of defending right there when they needed it. Sanchez finally able to find herself free. And Litchfield able to get it into her. Now up ahead to Litchfield. Litchfield back to Searcy. Searcy working with it. Tries to get it off to J.C. Jones. Fight with Miller for it, and it looks like they're going to say it was last touch by Jones.
But what a big play. Doesn't foul and able to knock the ball out of bounds. So keeps that momentum from building up by that. Why am I losing my words? I really think it's the cold. I'm telling you. Something about the cold is just messing with me, man. So fast break. That's what I was.
There it is.
The word I was trying to get out there is to break up the fast break opportunity there for the Lindale Lady Eagles. So it's been an interesting last couple of minutes here, but you're still having to play checkers over there, or excuse me, chess on the checkerboard, because it's still 32-29. Got right at about a minute, little under a minute, I do believe, left to go here in this ball game. So
Yep, 40 seconds left to go here.
Yeah, so really it's still anybody's ball game. One good three, and as we saw,
It's all tied up.
yeah, exactly. And we saw Devonshire, she's got a pretty good little stroke. She's missed a couple of threes tonight, but she buried one from deep in three-point land. So they definitely have the talent to do it. So can't get lazy here on this last few bit.
Absolutely not. As Lindale going to be the first team to break their huddle. Maybank follows shortly after. Trotting out onto the court right now. Looks like they got that defensive unit. Nina Sanchez out there to play some defense. As Lindale looking for the inbound. And they're going to throw it way too far. Was looking to get it in right there to Smith. Just overthrew everybody.
Yeah, that was Devonshire that did the inbound passing, and Dad is not too happy.
And because nobody was able to touch it, Maybank is going to take over in that spot that they were supposed to be inbounding from. Jada Searcy able to get herself free. Passes up ahead to Callie Smith. Callie Smith over to Jones. Jones to Litchfield. Just kind of keep away right now. Into the corner with Smith. Smith almost lost it, but able to get it back. Litchfield now top of the key with it. As it looks like Miss McKaylin Smith is going to foul Jada Searcy. I think there's probably better people for you to foul. I don't know if that's the person you want to be fouling like that. As she will head to the free throw line now to shoot a couple.
That's Smith's fourth foul as well. So with only 24 seconds left to go, not a huge deal, but still, she doesn't have any more intentional she can do.
Ooh, right there, Searcy a little off the mark with that one.
Her first free throws of the game here, JD, so scored 7 points so far in the ball game.
Watch Coach Sutton kind of just tell her to relax right there after the first miss. And she's able to do just that as the second one finds nothing but the bottom. Nina Sanchez back into the game for her here, playing some defense. Bailey Litchfield leading the defense and kind of falls back now. Lindale trying to find somewhere to go with it. Ava Grogan hands it off right there to Smith. Smith, it is with Hutchins.
Timeout going to be called.
Only 5 seconds left, and Lindale decides to take another one of their timeouts.
So it's going to take a miracle here for Lindale. They're going to have to immediately get a shot off of this inbound, then immediately foul Maybank, hope that Maybank doesn't make either one of their shots, and then immediately make another inbound, all with about 6 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, that's
Tall order.
a very tall one. I'd say that's a little taller than Miss Honey Aldridge and Miss Ella Hutchins out there.
Yeah, and we're not talking Starbucks tall either, where the tall is the small one.
Yeah,
no,
we're talking.
No. We're talking grande. You know what I mean?
Grande.
Trenta. I think they got ones even bigger. We're talking the Trenta here right now. Coffee does sound good. You see, again, all goes back to the cold weather. Can't talk and got hot beverages on my mind.
On the brain right now, huh?
Well, folks, don't forget we do have the boys matchup coming up shortly after this one. We'll take a short little break in the action and we come back. Separate video It's always a separate video. I like to break them apart so that way we've got them in different places. But we'll be starting right at about 15 minutes after this one's conclusion.
Time for a little defense here from Maybank. Devonshire just had to rush her three-point attempt, and it is nowhere close to good. And it's going to end up going out of bounds off of Lindale. Nina Sanchez, Taylor Granger brought out there to play defense. They're going to be subbed back out in favor of Miss Callie Smith and Jada Searcy. Litchfield able to find Searcy. Refs call no fouls, as that is how it will end. Great job by Maybank here to hold on here on the road against this Lindale Lady Eagles team.
Yeah, man, again, in a defensive battle here, Maybank, you got to commend them for finding a different way to win. You know, normally they're, pouring it in, scoring lots and lots of points, but tonight had to really struggle it out, get in there and throw some elbows and some knees and, fight. And they did it. They ended up coming away with another win, so they will take sole possession of second place in District 15. So going to be a dogfight next time they see Canton trying to get that top spot.
Absolutely. As unless you got anything else to add, I think we'll go ahead and head them to the outro, and we will look forward to talking to you in the boys' game coming up here after this.
Yeah, and it's actually even a shorter break, JD, so we'll be back here in about 10 minutes. So, again, it'll be a separate video, but y'all be looking back for us here in about 10 minutes. We'll be back.
This concludes tonight's broadcast on Cedar Creek Media. Thank you for watching. We hope you'll join us again soon.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.